title of this week's CQM Forecast Alert is rising inflation temporary or a concern? The biggest impact on CQM and PCA forecast this week was the revision of retail sales over the past several years. All individual PCEs have been significantly revised because retail sales statistics have been revised retroactively. Overall, nominal and real PCEs have been revised upwards by 0.86% and 0.94% respectively. The non-farm proprietors' income and corporate profit were revised upward due to the update of April retail sales and industrial production index. As a result, economic growth rate on the income side was adjusted upward significantly. Economic growth was adjusted upward by only 0.38% on the expenditure side, but was modified upward by 2.24% on the income side. Headline inflation, core PCE inflation, and the GDP price deflator all have risen from 5.5% to 7% this quarter. This table illustrates this week's CQM inflation forecast. All inflation exceeds the Fed target. It may be time for the Fed to start worrying about inflation. Fed Chair Powell is optimistic that the current rise in inflation is temporary and a byproduct of the economic recovery from the pandemic. Meanwhile, Professor Summers is cautious about rising inflation faster than expected and being aware of future inflation. Conclusions from this week's US CQM Forecast Alert. First, the main reason for the upward revision of the economic growth rate this week is the revision of historical data on retail sales. Second, retail sales rose from 10.6% in March to 0.0% in April, questioning the strong resilience of personal consumption expenditure. Third, economic policy makers and monetary authorities like Professor Summers should be cautious about rising inflation, as headline inflation, core PCE price deflator, and GDP price deflator are all rising. This slide contains information about this week's detailed CQM forecast. The original developer of CQM and CQM theory papers.